Hey ladies and gentlemen, it's your old pal Justin Robert Young reviewing these MyCharge Power Banks. We got two models here, the 3000 and the 6000. At first look, they look pretty good. Here are the pros. Number one, you got three inputs. You got your micro USB, you got your 30-pin Apple charger right there, and then you have just your standard USB. Now, it's very, very handy if you are somebody who charges a lot of devices at the same time. For my job at the Go Game, I do this a lot, and I was very excited to get my hands on it because it was another way that I could just set down a bunch of things and have them all going at the exact same time. Obviously, it being a power bank, you have this opportunity out there on the go. You can always have it on you, and you can make sure you go from something being dead to being alive, or if you just want to store some power for a while, it can be handy for you. In that case, it's pretty good. The only thing that I would say in my testing is that the battery on the new iPad, both models that came out last year, are so massive that there's really just not a whole lot that these things can do. That's not so much a problem with this product as it is just a reality about the fact that battery capacity on a lot of these devices are just getting bigger, and these power banks are going to have to adjust. This one doesn't necessarily get the job done on that particular device. Another drawback, we're only looking at a 30-pin connector, and there's no way to get a different component on here. So if you have an iPhone 5 like I do, this thing is useless unless you go ahead and get the adapter to use with it. All that being said, the flashiest thing that anybody will talk to you about these, both of these devices, are that they talk to you. You can go ahead and hit this button and it'll tell you how much charging is left on the battery, the fact that it is being charged, or which element it is charging to.
Charging Apple device. Low battery, please recharge.
I did not necessarily find this to be a necessary feature. However, if you're blind, this is great. I don't know what it's like to be blind, but I assume that this would be a delightful element of your life if you had some audio cues as to what to do. Here's the biggest drawback. This form factor is an absolute hog if you are plugging it into an outlet. It flips down here. So many times for standard outlets, when you plug it in, if you want another fat plug to go in on top of it, it just ain't gonna happen. If you are plugging this in on the end of a big power strip or on a power strip, you better hope it's at the end, or else you are taking up many, many other spaces. This is, to me, a huge deal breaker. There are so many other battery options that for it to not have some sort of extender cord where you can get a little bit less of a real estate footprint on this thing is a real drawback. But here's where you're gonna smile. This thing is only 40 bucks. It's 13 hours of talk time. And again, charges three devices at once. The Peak 6000 model is 27 hours of talk time to a phone and is about $89. These are fairly competitive prices. On the $40 front, it's actually a very attractive price for something of this ilk. I'm going to give it a try because I don't really cotton to the fact that this form factor is just such a big space hog. But if you are looking for something like this, if you're looking for a power bank, you don't want to spend a ton of money, and you happen to be blind, rejoice, this is the product for you. My name is Justin Robert Young. This has been the MyCharge Power Banks 3000 and 6000. See you next time.